This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pendergast podcast, and this episode is brought to you by Bison. Anybody out there looking to listen, forget the off the rack suits. Ask my man Keith right here, straight up, right, dude? Simply the best, full custom suit. You can get the undersuit, the chest protector, the gloves. Absolutely amazing people, the best in the business. You guys can use a discount code Pendergast 2024, get 10% off, and yeah, you can thank me and Keith later. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. But yes, listen, I'm very excited to be sitting here. Moto America races this weekend. BSB racing happened this weekend. My son just got home from my mom's house. Say what's up, Rossi? Look, he got some cards. Got some Meta Quest and some V-Bucks. You ready to play some Fortnite, ain't you?
Yeah, and about to get the thing.
Awesome. I missed you. Give me a kiss. All right.
Keith.
Awesome. When I'm done, I will. Okay? All right. But anyway, thank you guys so much, Keith. It's an absolute honor to have you here, man. What's going on?
Man. It's an honor to be here.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Russell, we just started. My son pops in here, as everybody knows that watches this every once in a while. My son always comes up in here, especially when he gets home from Nana's house, because she always gets some V-Bucks and all that good stuff. So you know how that goes, fellas, right? We got to have our Fortnite V-Bucks, people.
Oh, yeah.
And the Oculus. Keith, have you ever played the Oculus before?
No, so my buddy was telling me about it, and I don't really play multiplayer games. I play like Skyrim and Fallout and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm only on Ride 5. And I don't think that would work out with Ride 5 very well. But with the other games, I don't think I'd get very far. I'd just be looking around the whole time and not really playing the game.
I'm going to tell you, we bought my son the Oculus 2 last year. Well, actually, the year before that, we got him the 3 this year, but last year. Anyway, the first time I put it on, I was like, holy shit, bro. Like your whole world changes into the game. It's absolutely just amazing. And it took me a while to get used to it, Keith, because when you're walking over something and it drops off you, like you get motion sickness. Like you get that feeling like, oh shit, I don't want to drop.
Just running around the house the whole time?
Dude, so it has this thing to where if you set a boundary, so if you go get near that boundary, the screens, dude, it's like some Matrix shit, no bullshit. The whole screen starts going like this, and then everything, you can stick your head out, dude, and you can look around. It's fucking, you come back in and the screen goes like,
okay,
yeah, bro, it's absolutely intense. You have got to try it, man. It's yeah, well worth it. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here. I want to hear all about your journey, Keith. Let's take it from the very beginning, brother. Where did you get your very first motorcycle?
All right. So I was working at a dealership. I had my little turbo Honda hatch, and all the guys I was working with had little Groms. There was a whole fleet of them outside the shop. So every day after work, they all hopped on their Groms, and they'd all go out on rides and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I want a Grom. So I bought a Grom, but I didn't know how to ride it. So my buddy rode it from the dealership all the way to our dealership where I was working at the time. And he taught me how to ride it. After like 20 minutes or so, I got into like second gear. I was like, all right, I'm good. Let's go. Like, I know how to shift gears now. Let's go. So after then, it was just riding it to and from work. I lived like 10 minutes at most from the dealership. And that was only because of red lights. Is there like a 5-minute drive? I got a bike pulling up outside, but we're close today, bud. So after that, like after work, we started going on longer rides, taking like the scenic route or something like that. And then after about probably like 2 months, all the Groms started to vanish. There was Z900 showed up, another CBR showed up. And then another Z900, and then there's just my Grom all by itself. And I'm like, man, all these guys got bigger bikes. I'm stuck here with the Grom that I got because they wanted me to get the Grom. Now I got no one to ride with. So I ended up trading the Grom for an 04 CBR 600 that didn't run. Turned out to be like a fuel pump. Yeah, pretty sure it was a fuel pump. Got that running, and I heard about this group called the North Run. So every Sunday morning at 8 a.m., there's a group of people that meet about 10 minutes from me, and they ride the total route. I tracked it once. It was 157 miles. And we start from Newport Richey, went all the way up to, where do we end up? It was past Brooksville and past Sleepy Hollow, Floral City. That is where we end up. And then we ride back. So I just kept doing that same ride every Sunday morning. We'd be back by like 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And just doing that same route every morning, I just got better and better, more comfortable, more confident on the bike. And then eventually someone told me I should do track days. So after that, I thought about it for a little bit, but I was one of those kids that was in the mindset, like, why would I pay to go on track when I could just ride on the street? You know, you hear it all the time. But then I found out about the FSU PD program. Have you heard about them?
No, I have not. Please explain.
So that is a Florida State University Police Department, and they have a first-time track rider program. So what they do is they put up $100 towards your first track day, and they prep your bike for you. They coach with you, and it's usually on the same weekend where I think usually it's with Southern Track Days. So there's another event the next day too. So it's not just one and done. You get to go there, get really great coaching, and $100 off. So that is what got me to the track for a first time. And then once you go there for a first time, you know how it is from there.
Yeah, it's over. It's done.
Starts.
Yeah, it's so going back to the Grom. That's something I want, right? I want to get me a little Grom just to put my suit on and just terrorize the neighborhood or
They're fun, but only in groups. You know, once you're out there by yourself riding a Grom to and from work, it's just kind of
Yeah, I wouldn't ride it to and from work. I would just use it to tear up the neighborhood. And when I go to Moto America, now I got something to ride instead of walking 15 million miles.
Yeah.
Especially in Road Atlanta, bro. Have you been down that hill? I'm sure you have. You've been.
I haven't been there yet. No,
bro.
We're going this year in August. So it's going to be hot. But there's a track day right before our practice qualifying day. So I'm trying to hit that track day so I can ride it before I have to race it.
When is it?
It's in August. I don't know if it's middle of August or late August.
Well, text it to me when you figure it out
August.
after this, and because I would love to come down there and hang out with you and my buddy Andrew Davis, which is in the house. He says, "Life full of debt and addiction for more speed." What's up, fellas? What is up, man? Andrew? It is the best, dude. It is the best drug in the world. I mean, let's just be honest, right? It's nothing will ever replace it. You know, and you hear racers that retired and they struggle mentally trying to fill that void in that addiction. Even skydiving, none of that shit works, right?
Look at Rossi. He lasted like what, a couple months? And they're like, nope, I'm gonna race cars.
And he's winning, right? Yeah, absolutely. So it's
what do I do all day?
Right. I need to get this speed. I need that feeling.
Walmart cutting people off in the aisles
on the buggy and the little carts, right? You're like, woo. That's hilarious, dude. I'd flip out if you see him in the grocery mart, right? Let's just be honest. You'd be like, what the fuck? You got to be kidding me right now. Yeah, that's awesome. But so yeah, back to the Grom. It'd just be something I would just it'd just be for that and that only. Of course, I try to talk my buddies into getting some too. But anyway, so first track day, and that program is absolutely amazing. So anybody can sign up. All you got, how do they?
First time only. It's for first time track riders only. Yeah, it's not. Never been to this track before. I've never been on the track, and the whole idea is to get people off the streets. Like there's a time and there's a place. Instead of trying to prove yourself or race on the streets, just learn how to do it safely and comfortably in a controlled environment, such as a track. Right. So that's why they host it, and it's just a great program.
It's absolutely phenomenal, man. And so, yeah, at the end, tell everybody that the shout out, the website they can go to, because it's absolutely phenomenal. If you're in the Florida area, because you are from Florida, correct?
Yes, they do Jennings and Homestead, and you can go to tracklife308.com. And there should be somewhere on there relatively easy to find. It's the first time track rider program. It's a great program.
That's awesome. So Alicia, first Henry, thank you for watching. He said you guys are cracking me up.
That's my little brother from New York.
Nice, dude. What is up, Henry?
He'll be flying down to Barber for that race.
Yes,
I got the whole fam coming. They came to New Orleans last year and they're going to come to New Orleans again this year. I was like, hold on, you guys got to go to Barber. Like, the museum's amazing. The track is just amazing. It's just, the whole environment is just amazing. And last year at NOLA, it was pretty nasty out, man. I lost the canopy. I think the whole parking lot lost the canopy as we left. Every single trash can had like spider web canopies hanging out of it. And this year, same thing, man. It was all wet and nasty. So I'm glad they didn't come down to that one. Hopefully we got some good weather at Barber.
Yeah, I hope so, man. And you already know. I hope you go out there and absolutely fucking murder it, bro. You already know. Dude, you're good, bro. And listen, I want to go. That's somewhere I want to go to Barber. I'm really trying to make it this year. I really am. I just started a new job. But the good thing with my new job is I only work Monday through Thursday, have Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays off, right? And I could take that Monday off too. So, yeah, I'm trying to work it out to where I can come to Barber, maybe not so much for the Moto America race, but I really want to go to Vintage Fest because I say that's absolutely an amazing time.
And how far are you from Barber?
I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, so yeah. I mean, it takes 6 hours, a little bit under 6 hours from here to Jersey. Same thing from here to Atlanta. So Barber's probably, I don't know. I really don't know. I never did. Maybe 8.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
For us, I think.
Yeah, so but I really want to go, man. And Alicia Webb, thank you so much, and welcome to Pin the Gas. She said, Keith, the race day is August 8th to the 10th.
Okay.
So thank you so much for that. I'm writing it down right now because I plan on making it. I got a buddy that actually lives like 20 minutes from the track, so I could just go stay with him and come down there and hang out with you guys on the weekend. We do some live videos, and I bring my Insta360 camera, which I barely ever used. I need to learn how to use it. Like, I know how to cut it on and do all that, but as far as like the editing and all that, I plugged it in one time, and I was like, because I went to MotoGP. I took all this, dude. I had an interview with Garrett Gerloff, bro, and I went to go figure this shit out, and I deleted every fucking thing off my memory card, and I got so pissed off on my Insta360. It's literally been sitting for a year on my desk. I ain't even touched it.
No, I had the GoPro 360, and it was working out great. But then I crashed, and it cut off right before the crash and didn't even capture it. And I still haven't fixed it yet.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the point, man? It didn't even get the crash.
Right, man. It just disappointed, man. But it's such a badass camera. And I need to get back to it. But so this awesome program you was in, Keith, your very first track day, after your first track day, he was like, that's it. Right. So what was your first track bike?
Oh, man. It's actually my current race bike, believe it or not. So at the time, I had no fairings, no windscreen, no front stay. Like, the bike was just absolutely naked. The spool spots were ripped off the swing arm, so I didn't even have like a stand that I could use or anything. It was a mess, but I had fun. I learned what I had to learn, and I kept on going from there. I think after that bike, I just rode it like that for a while. Now that I think about it.
I love it.
Yeah, I rode it until I couldn't ride it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you was like, and that's your current baby right now, right?
Yeah, there was a time when there was a little bit of top-end noise, or at least I thought it was top-end noise. Turned out to be my clutch basket. Basically, the rivets popped off on 2 out of 3 of the rivets, so I couldn't find the rivet. That was the downfall. So I had to drop the pan and find the rivet to see where it went, So I found that, but while I dropped the pan, I noticed that my rod bearings were kind of peeling out a little bit. So that led to a whole rebuild, and the rebuild led to let's build it ready for the street again. And then that turned into, let's build it for a track bike only. So let's get the things I need to make it for a track bike, like rear sets and controls, a lap timer, stuff like that. And then as the process went on, it was like a year of building that bike and finding all the parts and waiting till I had everything before I started doing it. I kept doing more and more track days. I did one at least every other month. And I was just borrowing bikes. Like, I have a photo album of Jennings. I have over like a dozen bikes in turn 10. Like, Preston, the photographer there, has seen me on so many different bikes. I was just borrowing any bike I could, I was like, I'll do some work on it. Let me borrow it. Take it to the track, I did that for a while, waiting for my bike to finally get finished. but went from track bike to, you know what, I'm going to start racing it. So then we started getting all the things to be a race bike. So the list of how to build the bike just kept getting more and more extensive and just pushed further and further back. When I got my race license, I was on a borrowed bike. My bike was not ready. I was missing one little bearing that went on the flywheel. And that same exact bearing I could have got from a bicycle shop that uses that bearing in a Trex mountain bike crank. So I thought about it. I bought the bearing from the bicycle shop. I put it in the bike, but I was talking with my boss. I'm like, dude, I think I might just send it. I was like, I can't, man. I can't do that. Like, yeah, it's the same bearing, but I can't trust it. No. So I ended up borrowing a bike just for my race license.
That's awesome. And that little bearing, that's a little itty bitty needle bearing too.
No, this was just like a little roller bearing. You know,
I got you.
It goes on the outside of the
flywheel.
Actually, I got one right over there, but
yeah,
it doesn't.
Dude, that's awesome. I've been there and done that, getting lost in the hole, taking my street bike, converting it to the full track bike. The list is long, and you want to do it right? So my whole thing was me growing up, I grew up riding, but my buddies also showed me, hey, this is a carburetor. This is how you pull a carburetor out. This is how you rejet it. 2-stroke dirt bikes. This is how you change the oil, replace the clutch and the clutch plate. So I had a basic understanding of all of that. And then when I was in high school, I got a bike, didn't get a car, got a motorcycle, and went out and got a full pipe, jet kit, ignition advance, K&N filter, all this shit, right? Took it to my local dealership. They had it for 2 weeks. They called me up and they're like, we can't figure this out. So I was like, don't touch it. I'm going to come pick it up. This was before YouTube and all that shit. Ordered me a shop manual, got the shop manual, waited till I got it back, and then did it all myself. Put the jet kit in, screwed out the fuel mix, the plugs for the fuel mixer, dude, the whole absolutely nine, right? And right then I was like, you know what? I want to go to MMI. Got in the whole dealership thing and was like, I got to get out of working for like a proper dealership. Me and the whole flat rate thing and just being stuck with my heart was so into crotch rockets and dirt bikes. I didn't want to work on nothing else, right? So I was like, you know what? I'll get me a full-time job somewhere else, and I can pick and choose on what I want to work on the side, and all goes money in my pocket, and Uncle Sam don't know about it, and yada, 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 right? But for you, Keith, how'd you get into mechanics?
Man, first off, I really wish I got into bikes earlier. I had all the opportunity to, my parents live on this area where you could easily get a dirt bike and build your own little trails, or honestly, where we live, where they live, it's very exclusive to the point where you could probably ride a dirt bike to your buddy's house, like a few miles away, and you're not going to see a cop out there. So I had every opportunity to get into bikes, and I didn't do it until September 2019. That's when I got the Grom. I've only been doing this for a few years, but I wish I got into it earlier. I was all about cars. I started off skateboarding. You start building your own skateboard, and then you get a BMX bike, start building your own BMX bike, and then you get a car, and then you're like, well, I want to play with this too. So you start building your car. And then I think that's how it all works out. Like every person that used to ride BMX and built a BMX bike, they all either build cars or trucks or some kind of toy that they still build and put together. But I ended up just falling in love with cars. And I remember we were looking around at different schools. I remember I visited a school, I think in New York City around there. And I was thinking about the Wyotech, which was all the way in Daytona. But I ended up choosing a school that was a little bit closer. In between the semesters there, I ended up getting a job at a shop in New York, and I didn't even go back to school, man. I got the job as an automotive technician. I was like, all right, well, why am I going to go back? I did it. Here I am. I got my job. So after about a year of that, working in the salt and snow and slush, I had to move, and I had an opportunity to move down to Florida. So I did. I was down here working on cars for about 10 years, and that's when the Grom situation happened. I had the CBR. So my current boss, Ryan, he had a shop pretty much across the street from the dealership, tucked away a little bit. And I saw 6 or 7 bikes poked out front all the time. And one day I stopped in and saw that he had a shop, and he said they had just opened up. So I started hounding him for a job. I just kept hounding him. Like every week I'd either call, like I'd call his wife, Alicia, that's who commented earlier. She's helps us out a lot here at the shop. I kept calling and I'd be like, hey, is Ryan there? Knowing damn well he was there, but he's not going to stop what he's doing to answer the phone. And she'd be like, yeah, he's busy. And I'm like, all right, just let him know I called. I just kept calling every week, or I'd show up on my bike and just talk to him until finally he hired me. And it was the best move I ever made, man. Worked on bikes awesome. So much easier. I just, at the end of the day, I just wash my hands. That's it. Working on cars, you're like fucking scrubbing way up here. You're fucking fat. No.
Yeah.
Bikes is so much easier.
It is. It is. And me
so much.
Do
you need a part for your car. You got AutoZone there. And then you got O'Reilly's there. The bikes, it's like we have one dealer that's close. Other than that, we're pretty much waiting in the mail for parts.
Yeah, it's like that over here. We have Motorsport down the street, and then we got Eurosport. Those are the only two real close ones by. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, let's just be honest, dealerships, they don't carry very much OEM in stock. Nope. 95% of the shit you're going to go to a dealership, they're going to order it. They do not have it. So yeah, it's like that too. And it's like, hurry up and wait. But our dealership, you go, man, it's like you walk in there and there's no there's no sports bikes whatsoever. It's all dirt bikes, side by sides.
Or Honda dealers like that.
Yeah, it's
the Honda dealer. It's Gold Wings cruisers, and then power sports. They got generators, dirt bikes, stuff like that, but no sport bikes.
Now it's actually a sad sight. Cause I remember me when I was growing up, you go to any dealership, it was full of sports bikes, right? But yeah, man. So listen, dude, that's awesome. So 1-2 track days a month, still getting your bike prep. Now it's finally done. So what was it like the first time after all the hard work and dedication you put into this bike, this weapon to build for the track? What was it like riding it for the first time when it was complete?
Dude, again, I wasn't even ready. Like, I'm such a last minute person. I remember, so I did a couple heat cycles. And I think right after that, we loaded it up. I went to Jennings. I had a track day. So I went to Jennings, and there was still something else I had to do at Jennings before I could even ride the bike. I forgot what it was. There was something else really stupid I had to do. But I did something there and then ended up breaking in the bike at Jennings. So like the first session of the day, I'm like, I'm just going to go out in like novice or something and just keep it under like $4,000, So I rode around the track, just shifting it $4,000, keeping it easy. Yeah. And then left after like 10 minutes with the session. So I had 10 minutes, but I just wanted a bike to cool down for next session. And I went up to like $5,000-6,000, and I went up to like $8,000-9,000. And then I just started sending it by lunchtime, and the bike just felt great. Once you rebuild the whole bike and everything's going to be fine, then it gives you that reassurance and that confidence that you could just do whatever you want and the bike's going to be fine.
Yep. It is. It's so satisfactory working on your own bike. And I'm a firm believer, dude, I use the shit out of my torque wrenches, right? I got I got all kinds of sizes and Snap-on, billions of dollars, all that good stuff. So it's and I try to tell everybody, man, it's 9 times out of 10 when I work on somebody's bike, it's way over tightened. It's ridiculous. I'm like, bro, you don't need to tighten this like this much. It's crazy. So the trick on all my Ducatis that I've owned, it's a twin, so it vibrates. So yeah, it has issues with bolts and shit rattling out, right? So man, I was like, man, I'm not lock tight, I'm not doing in that. So what I use is Teflon tape. Tape around the bolt, put it right, plumber's tape, same thing, right? And it prevents it from backing out. It's anti-corrosive. It's good. It's easy. It won't corrode inside there. Chris Gladden, what is up, my man? Do you know Chris?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
He's also a coach. He got
his Pro Tampa rider
years ago, and he's been making some big moves down here.
Yes, he has. Absolutely proper Beckon. And again, if anybody's looking, dude, Pro Tampa rider, hit him up.
He's always at Bush now. Every Sunday, I'll try to like something will be going on. I'll be like, hey, you want to do this or something? I'm like, oh wait, it's Sunday. You're coaching. Like every time I try to reach out to him, because it's not very often, but when I do, I'm like, damn, he's coaching, man.
Yeah, and obviously you got Avery the Lap Slayer Dreyer, Pro Rider Tampa. Sorry, Chris. Avery the Lap Slayer Dreyer shirt on, which everybody knows he's an absolute legend too. Right?
Yeah. I don't have the race. I kept looking off screen at my phone. I'm like, do I put it on? Do I put it on?
You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put on the race on my phone.
I got the Moto America Live Plus. So
Me too.
Watch it after. But,
but dude, listen, I like Moto America Live Plus, but let's just be honest. It's like if you miss the race, you got to wait a couple hours for it to.
Yeah, that's what happened last night. I missed the race, man. I fell asleep, and there was like 10 laps out of 20 to go. And I was like, all right, just a couple more laps left, and then the race is coming. I just got to get through this. And I ended up falling asleep. I woke up at like 6 o'clock or something. I was like, dude, I just missed like 3 races. What the hell happened?
Right? Yeah, I'm not going to cut it on because I'm going to wait till after. I'm like you. I just wait.
Not,
I'll be sitting here like this, right? It'll be like, yeah.
I saw the news about Avery on Facebook, so I opened the app trying to see the video, and it wouldn't load. I was like, no I can't watch it yet. I got to wait.
Yeah, big congratulations to Avery for winning in the Twins Cup class, dude. Yeah, absolutely with Top Pro.
I've been rooting for him for a while.
Yeah, me too. He's a good buddy of mine. Also, big shout out to Juju Carrera, man. Got second place, dude. Let's go, dude. Listen, the whole SFL Mini GP, Pro Rider Tampa, they're all simply amazing people.
I already told you what I think about them, man. They're breeding racers.
That facts, 110%, man. It is
insane, man. He's insane. I met him at PBIR like 3 years ago, maybe, and he just ripped right around me. I think he was on like an NS 250, just ripped right around me like nothing. I'm like, yo, who is that? Like, it's insane, man.
Yeah, dude, it's I've never been on track with him, but I am coming down. I'm just not sure when. I'm going to come down here and hang out with all the FSL Mini and my buddy Chris at Pro Rider Tampa, and we're going to have a proper mega weekend.
I got to get over there too, man. It's so close, but I never get over there. It's like half an hour for me, 40 minutes is Bushnell. They're there quite a bit. I could easily go there or Anderson, but I always forget.
So what type of training do you do?
Just track days when I can, pretty much. I mean, now that it's a race season, we don't really have much time in between. Unless there's a track day before or something like that, I don't really try to do anything during the race season. But after that, at least once a month, I've tried to do a track day.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's pretty much it, man.
Well, you need to get you a little CR400 and go down there to SFL Mini GP and chop it up with the boys.
I could, but I don't have the money for that.
Keith,
it's a whole nother bike, and you know how that is.
Struggle, I do, man.
Buy a bike because you buy a bike, and then you gotta spend $1,000 on the bike and all this other stuff.
Yeah, it's as soon as you get it home too, you're like, nope, this is coming off. Yeah, absolutely got to change this. But so me personally, this is what I do. As soon as I get a brand new bike home or a used bike, like my RC51 I just got, right? I bring it home. Well, I've had it for it was with a dream bike. So I need a motor for my 848 Ducati. Rod bearings are bad, right? EDR built it. I'm good buddies with them. They're like, dude, just send it. We'll take care of you, blah, 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 right? But I had the money saved up. Well, I'm on my phone on Marketplace, and this RC51 pops up, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. 15,400 miles, all original, except for I had a foot. Right, dude. So I messaged the guy, was like, hey, man, is it still available? Chris Gladys, at rentals. You're absolutely right. Rent a bike. Yes. But anyway, yeah, come on down and look at it. As soon as I was like, dude, I gotta have it, right? So yeah, that's where my money went. But as soon as I got it home, first thing I do is you sit on the bike. I changed the brake and the clutch position. And me, any stock bike I ever sit on, I feel like my elbows are like this because the clip-ons are like angled like this, right? So I like to have mine out, right? So obviously you got to get a set of clip-ons. And then I was like, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and get an RS19 Brembo Master, a McGuire Master, Clutch Master, reverse the shift. I mean, dude, yeah, List goes on and on, right? And then I'm gonna ride it, right? So same thing.
Every time I borrowed a bike, that was one thing I had to do. I had to change the brake lever, the clutch lever, and then put in GP shift. Because my buddy Oscar, I used his bike quite a bit. He had his bike in GP shift, but he likes his brake a little bit higher, and the clutch is fine, but it's just a little bit off. And I every time I know just adjust that one, just turn it a little bit down, like. But yeah, that was one thing I always had to do on a bike.
Yes,
over real quick.
Absolutely. Chris, you're right. He said we can actually go and rent a bike at them. And then he said, that's funny. I just got home from the track too. I'm always there on the weekends. Eventually I'll make it to the races with you guys. Sunday. I have some students training to come with right.
Yeah, I was supposed to be at Jennings today. I had it paid and everything. I just couldn't find a way out there.
No,
because I found out about last week. I must have gotten credited from last year or something. And he's like, hey, I got the pre-day registration email. And I was like, man, I got that podcast Sunday. And I was like, you know what? We'll do the podcast trackside at Jennings. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Facts. So you couldn't get a ride up, man. If I lived there, I'd have loaded you up. We could have rolled out. I'd have straight rolled you out there.
Hard. I don't really know who's going to be out there. I don't have like a checklist to figure out who's going. So I made a post, but oh well. It would have been perfect too, because I got tires from Little Tally that the left side is smoked. So I could easily just flip them and just done like half day at Jennings or something.
Right. Perfect. Absolutely. We have another comment from Val. She says, hey, Key, so proud of this for you. You've come so far, son. With a big heart emoji. Yes. Look, check it out, y'all. This is for everybody right there. Boom. Y'all see the hearts. And then she says, you can always use my truck.
No, I don't have a license.
Oh, okay. Dude, I've been there. Trust me. Yeah, I've absolutely been there.
I have a race license.
Right. Hey, that should count. Yeah. For real. That should be valid, right? Well,
when I get my license, I'm going to get my motorcycle endorsement. I'll have to go there and play stupid.
Right. Yeah. It's man, I've had my motorcycle license since I got my driver's license. And all I did out here in Virginia, I'm sure you got something like that. So at a community college out here, they have a motorcycle safety course. It's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was like $150, I think. You get 10% off your insurance because you took a safety training program. And all you got to do once you do it, Keith, you get your certificate, you go to the DMV. You don't even have to take the rider test. You just sit down and answer 20 questions, and you get a stamp on your license, and you're freaking out the door.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know what it is like now, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. So yeah, dude, this is awesome, dude. So listen, Keith, tell everybody where you're racing at. CCS, Wera, all that good stuff.
Pan American
Superbike. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I'd be interested in doing the other ones. It's just without a license, I can't really do much. I gotta tag along with other racers. Luckily, there's a whole bunch of racers that do Pan Am in this area, which is great. We don't really reach too far north, so we kind of do. I mean, my first year racing, I had to learn a lot of tracks. I only knew the one track, but we kind of lost CMP, which kind of sucks. That was a cool track, but I guess South Carolina, that one was fun. But we go out to New Orleans and then bounce around from Georgia to Alabama, down to Florida. I wish we could get like Daytona or something, but I'm glad we got Road Atlanta. That one I'm excited about. Barber is always great. I really wish I had more seat time at Barber. The problem with me, I raced the ZX10, so I can only do Super Stock and Super Bike 1000. I only get 3 sessions before qualifying. So if I had a 600, then I'd be able to get a lot more seat time at Barber, So I'm looking forward for a track day before then sometime, so I could at least just have all the time in the world to just have fun and ride without having to worry about trying to do the best I can, before qualifying.
Right.
Same with the Road Atlanta. I'm glad we got that track day before.
That's awesome. So have you thought about selling the ZX10 and getting a ZX6R?
No. I'll never sell that bike. I rebuilt that one from the crank up.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. I wish I wouldn't have got rid of.
I got another one.
Do you?
Yeah.
He said I got another ZX10
now.
Oh, nice.
I just started getting that one ready for next year.
Nice.
Mine's just sitting back there.
And did you just pick how long have you had the new one?
I've had that one for like a year now. You know, I was debating if I should sell it, rebuild it, do what, but at this point, I think I'm just gonna get it race ready. Which, being a 2018, the differences are huge. You know, I had everything I spent money on this bike: the carts, the Brembo Master, the quick shifter, all the stabilizer, all that stuff. The 2018 has stock. So all I really need for that bike is controls and rear sets and some. I already got the bodywork, and then I could just race that one until I find me a little banged up BMW to race. That's the goal. I want to race Euro class. I'll open up one more class, Euro light class, which will give me more seat time on the tracks, you know, and the opportunity to get more points. Right now, I'm kind of limited. I can only do 4 races at most.
Yeah.
But more time at the tracks would be a lot more fun.
It will. Dude, the ZX10 is a badass beast. So that obviously my first bike was a Kawasaki, so they're always special to my heart, man. Kawasaki's are amazing. Of course, everybody knows I'm a big Ducati. I mean, I got a Ducati tattoo, but eventually I do want to get a Kawasaki tattoo, you know, all that. But dude, yes, it's I've had 3 ZX6Rs, never owned a ZX10. Wanted one, just never did. Bought other things instead, right? So my favorite ZX6R I had was probably my 2011.
I like that Gen 2, the blue one, I was riding a blue one. There's pictures of that one. I've pretty much rode all the years. You know, I had the 0304, I rode the 05, the 09. I think it was a 2012. That was the same gen. That bike I rode, and I think that one was my favorite.
Yeah.
I rode the 2019 for about 6 months. But I still like that older one better, man. That was fun. I rebuilt one of those a couple months ago. I saw it for sale on Marketplace, and I was like, man, I should sell my ZX10 and buy a 600. I was like, no, I can't. I've worked so hard on the 1000s.
Right. No,
that whole time before racing, I was on 600s, you know, but I was like, I'm building this ZX10. This is what I want to do. The guys that got me into racing, shout out to Chase Morrison, Dan Gurley, Eddie, and Andy, you know, they're the ones that I was doing track days with. They were bringing me to the track, stuff like that. And, they were like, you got to race. I'm like, I can't, I'm not ready. They're like, you're not going to get faster doing track days. Like, you got to race to get faster. So I finally jumped into racing, and they all just took a break, except for Eddie. So I was like, man, I'm not even racing.
Kind of like with the Groms. You're like, shit.
Racing nobody I know. All my friends are racing 600s. I'm like, God damn it.
Right? But, yeah, dude, that's hilarious.
I'm sticking with the 1000s.
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful bike, man. And honestly, I've never ridden. No, I take it back. I've ridden a 05 ZX10, but I've never ridden a newer one because nobody I know has one around here. Shoot, most of my friends don't even freaking have crotch rockets no more. And I got boat anchors, what I call them. No pun intended. Harley Davidsons, you know, and Indians and stuff like that. Which they're beautiful bikes. Don't get me wrong. I take my boat anchor statement back. It's just a little inside joke, right? They're all nice bikes, but it's just not me and my style. If I ever got rid of my crotch rockets, it hands down be a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like the BMW Street Fighter, the Tuono, something like that.
I don't know what I'd get.
So eventually you want a BMW SR?
Yes. Only because I could do a couple more classes.
And keep it 1000.
Bike out front.
Oh, you're good. Maybe it's just a meet and greet and they're planning on a ride.
No, I don't know.
He's like, no, that's
yeah, the BMW would help me get more races, more seat time, and just more points, possibly. You know, right now I can't really do that much.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: out of all the tracks you've been to, Keith, what's your favorite track?
Barber so far, 100% Barber. It is just such a fun track. You know, it's just videos do not do it justice. Like in the videos, it looks like you're just going down the front straight and then you just go. Like, no, let me tell you, you cannot see what is at the end of that front straight. Like you're looking the front straight and then the track just drops off and there's just trees right there. So all you know is that if you go and you just dive in right about here, you'll land on the track, you know. And by the time you see the track, you're not looking down at that first corner, you know, you're looking up. So it's just so many blind corners. That's just one of about like 3, you know. And then you got that hill right there where you can't really see. Again, you're aiming off the track as you're going up that hill, just shooting off. But the back section is probably my favorite. I don't know what corner it is, but you're flying through the back section, that quick little section. Then you're going up to the right, up the little hill as you come around to that last corner for the front. That little section, that little hill where you're going up and over, that's my favorite part.
That's awesome. I can't wait to go. Like I said, I've never been. Atlanta, you're absolutely gonna love it.
I'm excited. I know that one from Ride 5, but I've never been there, you know. So I know the track in my head. I got some work to figure out to put it in real life.
Dude, you'll nail it. All the faith. No problem. You'll absolutely kill it. But it's just like anything, Keith. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. I thought I told you I do that all the time on accident, man. I can't help it. But we do have a track day before that, I'm pretty sure, before Road Atlanta. So I'll be able to get some seat time before then. That's a big track. That's like 2-minute lap times.
Mm-hmm.
Our practice sessions are 12 minutes. I get 3 practice sessions before qualifying. So we're talking an out lap and about 3, maybe 4 laps before I have to qualify. I'm like, no, I need the track day before it.
That's facts, right? And it's just like any track you go to, Keith, the undulations and the turns and the hills, TV don't do it no justice, right? So yeah, dude, you're absolutely gonna love it. It's a great track. This year was the first time I've been there, and it's a great spectator track and a great rider track, right?
Anything with elevation, man, that's fun.
Awesome.
I think the first track I rode with elevation was CMP, and that's not much elevation. You know, it was like a little hill in the back, and I was like, this is amazing.
Dude, so have you ever been to COTA?
No, I almost went this year. So I have a buddy. I started a race team, and I got a couple other buddies that race the same exact races with me. We all race the same tires and everything. We all pit together. He goes to COTA every year, and we were going to try to go this year, but something come up where he wasn't sure if he was going to make it, but he ended up making it there. But next year, I think I'm going to try to make that happen. I try to make Daytona 200 my must-go event of the year. You know, like that's one that I have to go to. I tell my boss, like, I need time off work for this one. Like, it has to happen. But I think I got to make time for COTA.
Yeah, dude, you should. It's absolutely amazing. I go every year, and I've never been in Daytona. I've been there, but not for the actual race. So that's on my bucket list. I want my goal is Daytona this year in March. 110%.
You just walk around the pits, and you're just like, there's so much going on, and so many people everywhere. I was walking through, and I'm just like looking at all the garages, and I just see like a little blue scooter going through, and it's Kayla Yekoff just riding the scooter, minding her business. I'm like, Kayla! She turns around and waves. I'm like, does nobody notice? Like, there's so much going on. Like, so many. I saw Max Van running a tire, ran back with the same tire, ran back again with another tire. I'm like, man, Max Van is running around slinging tires. Like, so many talented riders just running around trying to help other talented riders, you know.
Dude, I call it the most beautiful circus on the planet. It is a circus we're all involved in, right? It's a beautiful thing to see everybody come together and pitch in and help out. And then when you watch, you're a big fan of all these people, and you get to meet them in real life. It makes it a full circle, right? It's absolutely amazing, especially when I get to sit down and speak with all these legends I've talked to, such as yourself and everybody else, and the people that are going to come on, and I finally get to meet you guys. It's like, it's one of the greatest things in the world to me. It's absolutely amazing, dude. It is. It really is.
For me, I met Rob and Tasha, but there was so much going on. Like, I was like, I wanted to hang out there and talk to him more, but I was like, I got to keep going. I got to see who else is here, you know? Right. I got to keep going. But yeah, it's cool running into people that you don't know when you're going to see them again, but you've met them on the internet, and you're finally seeing a face and meeting them in person. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing. It is. So speaking of which, how did you get involved with Bison?
I started following them. Man, I don't even know. I found them somehow on social media, and I just started following them. And I saw that they had a program after I was following for a little bit where they sponsored track riders and racers also. So I was like, all right, well, I kind of need a new suit anyway. And the designs of their suits is insane. You know, you look at all the different suits that they have and all the different ideas, and it's just like you could tell a Bison suit right away, immediately. You know, if through a whole parking lot of people, you got like the basic suits, and then you could see a Bison suit is the craziest suit there. You know, you get to express yourself with it, like show people whatever you want. They make it come to life. And I had so many different ideas. It was so hard to decide on just one. You know, I wanted like red flannel arms with blue overalls. I wanted like a tuxedo. You know, I had so many different ideas on what I wanted, but I remember Kayla Yakoff was on Bison, and at the time, that's what also helped make me want to be a part of it. I was like, hell yeah, I want to be a part of that. And I didn't get it the first year I applied. A little bit bummed, but I was like, oh, well, next year. You know, I barely even ride. I think I was only doing like 3-4 track days a year at the time. But then I discovered that there's more tracks than just Jennings. You know, there's a lot more tracks out here. We live in Florida. You can ride all year round. You know, there's events everywhere. So I started riding, getting more serious into it. Next year came around, and I applied for it, and I got picked. And it was probably like I think I still consider them my most important sponsorship, just because I know that if I ever go down or something like that and ruin my suit, they'll take care of me immediately. You know, it's not like they're going to put me in front of other people, but I'm not calling a company and be like, hey, I need this. You know, I get a message themselves and they take care of it. You know, they're going to talk to me about it. They're not going to be like, okay, we'll get you a suit. They're going to be like, are you okay? How's the bike? You know, they actually care. Big difference. You know, I plan on sticking with Bison for as long as I can.
Dude, listen, they're the best people on the planet. They are. When I of course, like me, since I've been doing the podcast, I reached out to him on social media, you know, and that's how I got to know him. And then I had Robert on, like almost at the very beginning. And then I just, when I met him, dude, the whole with Tasha and just everything they do. And I've seen people that don't even wear Bison. If they have an issue, they bring it to them and they still correct it or fix it or put a new patch on it or sew it or whatever needs to be done. And I'm like, dude, these people are just absolutely amazing, you know. And then I noticed more and more people wearing them and the whole social media thing. And then since then we become
they're coming out more and more. You see
yes,
more and more. That youth program is pretty dope too. Did you see that?
Yep.
I forgot the exact specifics, but you know, little racers, they grow quick. So they have a program where you could get your suit made for your little racer. And then once he outgrows it, they give you a little bit of money back towards the new one. And then I'm not sure what they do with the old one, but either way, that's awesome.
Dude, listen, I'm telling you, that's why I tell everybody, dude. And I'm glad to be part of the Bison family. You know, I got my very first custom suit coming. I don't know. Did I send you the pictures of it?
I saw on either your Facebook or your Instagram, one of those. I saw it.
All right. Yeah, dude, I can't wait, man. It's going to be, I'm so excited, man. Like I did. So I had my buddy do all my measurements, right? I got them all right here, right? But yep. I want to do that video chat just to get everything double checked, you know, just to make sure.
Whatever you think it looks like on paper, when you see it in person, it's going to blow you away. Like when I saw mine, like I was like, all right, this is going to be cool, you know? And then you open that box and you pull out that suit and you're looking at it and you're like, I did this? Like I designed this? Like I can't, like what? No way. Like it's crazy.
So
I've had that suit for a year and a half.
Nice.
I think, yeah, a little over a year and a half now. And the thing's still mint. You know, honestly, I should take a lot more care of it than I do. But that just shows like how well the suit is. I've been tossing that thing around for a year and a half. Haven't once cleaned it. I've done wet races, like sweat balls in it for weekends at a time. You know, I got the Bison undersuit, but never once cleaned that thing. And it still looks brand fucking new every time you look at it. I love it.
That's awesome, man. It's and Which one do you have? The Thor 1, Thor 2?
I think it's a Thor 2.
Yep.
Yeah, the Thor 2.
And I assume you got the gloves too?
Yes. Man, I wish I had them here. I don't. It's at home.
You love those. So I can't wait, dude. I'm getting I forget which ones I'm getting. Thor 4s, the new ones that they're just coming out with or something like that. I can't wait, dude. And the point is I can't wait. So again, anybody looking for a suit, look no further than Bison. They're on Facebook, all social media. Hey, 2 testimonials. I have not got mine back yet, but I'm here to say they're the most amazing people and company you're ever going to work with. I got hats. I got Bison t-shirts, and yeah, I'm just all straight fan.
On my pit shirts right now.
Yes.
I'm not sure how. It's probably about a month or so, I think, and then they'll be out, but I'm excited for that.
Me too. We'll have to exchange a shirt then. I'll give you one of mine, you give me one of yours. I'll wear it on the podcast. And I'll send you some stickers and all that good stuff. But yes, they are absolutely amazing. And basically what I did is I told them, I said, look, you guys know me. My podcast, Pin to Gas, I basically want my colors and my podcast logo on the suit and my last name. I'll send you some of my friends' logos that I just want to help represent, like Chef Eats, Vet2 Track, 64 Degree Racing, my man BSB, Barmy Army out there in the UK, his program, what he does, dude. So they have a rider fund program, and he gets with teams and they donate stuff that they auction off. And from that auction money, it's nonprofit. He takes out, and let's say Keith needs a new pair of boots because you don't have the money to get them. Boom, they'll buy you those boots.
Hell yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's absolutely amazing people, man. So yeah, I want to support them out there. And then the Clothing Kings, right? Because they make all my merch in the UK. They're a big supporter of mine. So I got them on my suit. Dude, yeah, it's listen, it's been absolutely amazing. But anyway, free range. And the very first picture Morgan sent me, I sat there and stared at it and was like, I
gotta grab a drink. You're just gonna come with me.
No, you go ahead. I said, man, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is, they nailed it from the very first go. Val, I definitely want to spread and represent. Send me some stickers. Well, listen, all you got to do is send me a message on Facebook and send me your address, and I'll get you some in the mail for you. 100%. 100%. Same thing. Obviously, Keith, you already know you're going to get some stickers, but yes, dude, listen. So Bison, bro. And yeah. So, and listen, on top of that, dude, I got to give my man Tate from 64 Degree Racing. Check out this undersuit he custom made me.
Hell yeah.
Dude, bro, I got the pants.
Have you seen the Bison undersuits?
Dude, I got one of those coming too.
So the reason I like the Bison one is you got your main zipper all the way here, but then you got a little pee hole zipper. That pee hole,
I love it. Is where it's at. Yes, sir.
Really naked in the fucking porta potty at the track to go pee. You know, you just unzip the mini zipper. You're good. It's great. That is why I love the Bison undersuit.
That's awesome, dude. Yes, I listen. I'm getting one. I can't wait. But you guys, dude, I'm telling you, the 64 Degree Racing. But yeah, it's the pants. So it's your compression suit. I've actually been out riding this thing, not on any track days, just on my RC51. And yeah, it's absolutely an amazing suit. So just wanted to give a review on that. I've done it several times already, but man, Tate that owns the company, again, they're just like Bison, Tasha, and Robert. He is such an amazing guy. So if anybody, and all he does is undersuit. So if anybody, yeah, he does custom. So if anybody's in the market for a custom undersuit, not off the shelf, and you want it done, look no further than 64 Degree Racing. Absolutely. Tell them Simcoe sent you from Pin to Gas. Yeah, it's simply amazing people, man.
That he wanted he's like, yeah, I'm interested in a Bison suit. I kind of want to get one, you know, because he's a bigger guy, so he definitely needs a custom suit. And I was like, yeah, they can do anything you want, man. Whatever idea you want, you just tell them what your idea is and they'll make it. And he's like, I just want all black. I'm like, just all black? He's like, yeah, just all black. I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like, if you get a Bison suit, you gotta do more than all black. Like, come on, man. You can't just do all black.
Man, because that's just like an off the rack suit, man. Come on, you
Yeah.
gotta have it, dude. And listen, my whole life in motorcycles, doing track days, and I did some racing. I did it for 2 years when I was out in Phoenix, and dude, it was just a lot of money. And I'm like, dude, I just do track days, save all the headache and all that shit, right? But dude, it's always off the shelf suits, right? And they always fit perfect in a area or two, but never everywhere. It's never a perfect fit, right? And it's a struggle sometimes. And yeah, so I'm super excited to get a full suit. But yes, Keith, dude, so this is awesome. So you're racing in Pan American Superbike on a ZX10, which is a proper weapon anyway. I mean, let's just right. And so
learn it. It's a 2008, so there's no electronics, completely analog. I have a quick shifter. That's it. I got no traction control, no wheelie control, none of that stuff. So I figured if I could just finish the year on this bike, learn it a little bit better, then the 18 should be a lot more helpful. That one's got all the electronics in the world between engine braking and launch control and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be completely different, trying to wrap your head around the traction control and learning where the settings is. Dude, the electronics of a bike is a whole nother, a whole nother science.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to waste another track day just playing around with that.
Just playing around with that. Well, I know a lot of people, man. And you know Mark 10?
Yes, I do know Mark 10. He's a funny dude. He's a track days without him, they're just not the same. Same with races. Like when he's there, you just know it's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah,
just
he's awesome.
Energy when you're around him. He's a great dude.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I do too. Big shout out to Mark, man. Absolute legend. So yeah, I look forward to one day, Mark, one day. Me and you gonna sit down and chat for sure.
I saw him at Daytona 200, but he was busy, so I didn't go.
As always, right?
Trying to think. Last time I saw him, I don't remember if he was at round 1 or not. Homestead. I might haven't seen him this year. I'm not sure.
No,
I don't know.
Well, we have a comment from Val again. She says, Simcoe, you definitely need to read his bio and backstory in the magazine Ride or Die. I don't mean to hack the comments, but when you're proud of someone, you should scream from the rooftop. And this kid has such a drive and a goal and love for this sport. It's not a hobby for him. This is his passion and where he shines. Yeah, absolutely, Val. You're not. You comment all you want. Me casa, you casa. Yeah. My podcast, your guys' podcast, right? That's the whole reason why I go live, because it's raw and it's uncut and people can comment. And yeah, dude, I love it. So all the comments you guys want to do. And listen, if anybody ever wants to jump in live and ask Keith a question, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I'll send you the link. You can jump in live. You can say hi to Keith. You can ask him your own personal question, and then we can move on to the next one too as well. So yeah, it's proper, man, dude. This is awesome. So 2024, what expectations do you have going into this race season in 2024?
Last year was all about learning the tracks, because the only one I knew was Homestead. So I had to learn all these new tracks. This year, because I was learning all the tracks, my times weren't that great. So the beauty of Pan Am is everything is recorded. So this year it just makes me feel better seeing the times get quicker and quicker and quicker, which helps me go even quicker. There's a difference between, like, obviously my pace has gotten better. I've worked on a few more things, so it's expected to be quicker. But once you see that you're going quicker by that much, it makes you go even more quicker. I haven't had my Alpine Tech Air 10 airbag work like since I've owned the thing. I've had it for over a year now. I finally got that thing to work. So the last race I had it on, and it just made me feel so much better, where I was able to just, honestly, in a bad way, you feel a little bit of feedback and you're like, I'm going in this corner a little bit too high. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm like, you know what? I got my airbag on. I'm fine. We'll just send it. Like, just see what happens,
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Basically, my goals this year is just kind of maintain position. I think I'm second in Super Stock 1000. and fourth in Superbike. I just started doing the Superbike races. Last year I didn't really do any. I don't even know if I did any earlier. I might have done a couple, but I just started doing all those. So I do all 4 races that I'm able to do. And I just want to at least stay in the top 3, at least for a super stock. I can't choose what one to focus on. You know, my bike is a super stock bike, it is bone stock. But at the same time, sometimes I'm doing better in Superbike. It all depends on what tracks we're at, who goes, who shows up, and you never know, man. All it takes is one mistake. Like there's some races where I'm like, damn, dude, I'm gonna get my ass whooped, and then next thing you know, like Homestead Miami, I got off, and everyone's like, "Woo, you did it!" I'm like, "What happened?" Like, you got second. I'm like, "Surprise podium! How did I get second? Like, what the fuck happened?" Like, you know, you don't know what's going on, so you never know what's going to happen in a race.
Yeah, you don't.
So,
Absolutely not.
At least stay in the top 3, no matter what. You never know what's going to happen.
Dude, listen, and you will. Matter of fact, you're going to get those W's, and you're going to be on the top step. That's my prediction anyway. But let me ask you this, Keith. I ask everybody that rides in races, how do you mentally approach a race weekend? And do you have any, some would say superstitions, that's what I've been saying, or anything that you got to do, right boot on before your left boot, right glove on, you know, all that stuff? Do you have anything like that? Listen to music, a certain type of music?
So, honestly, I am the worst example of a racer there is. I'm telling you, like, when I hear third call, I'll start putting on, or first call, I'll start putting on my suit. In between sessions, I'm walking around the track, like either shirtless or just in gym shorts or something, not in my suit. Everyone else is wearing their suits, like in between sessions, just sweating the whole time. No, I pull my whole suit off. Like when I hear first call, I put on my suit. Second call, I put on my helmet, start the bike. And then, you know, I'll just sit there and just kind of get in the zone, you know, just clear my head, just kind of space out and just feel my bike as it warms up and just kind of get ready. But other than that, I just treat every track or every race like it's a really fun track day with some more talented riders. You know, People have the understanding that they don't want to race because people are going to crash or people are going to wreck. You know, you're pushing. Honestly, I would trust a track or a race day a lot better than a track day anywhere. At least the people you're racing with, they know how to react. They know what to expect. You know, the consistency is there. The predictability is there. So I don't really have any worries being on the track. And I remember specifically at the last race at Little Tally, we're on the grid and I'm just so excited. I'm just like cheering. I'm like, yeah, let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. And the track marshal getting ready to let us out for his first warm-up lap. I see him just pointing at me and laughing. I'm like, wow, am I the only one excited? Like, right. Come on, guys, let's go.
Let's go. That's what I say. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Yes, let's
I'm just always all excited, you know. You just gotta get that mentality where your bike is better than their bike. That's all you gotta think. Like my bike will shit on their bike, you know. And my bike, I kind of have that reassurance, you know. I rebuilt this thing from the ground up, and I had it tuned by Proven Power. They did great work on that thing, man. It made 176, and they tuned an R1M recently. It was only like 3-4 horsepower above it. So I know the bike performs where it should, being a 16-year-old bike. So I have no doubt about that. And I think that helps me not be afraid to beat the shit out of it, you know?
Right. No, it's facts. Especially when you got your hands on it and you're so... Well, any motors I've built, I feel emotionally attached to it in a certain way, right? I mean, let's just be honest. It's weird. Unless you've never done it, it's hard to explain that feeling, especially the first time you fire it up, you get to ride it. It's like almost the best feeling in the world.
I got offended when I saw that ZX6 on Marketplace last month. I'm like, dude, I just rebuilt that. Why are you selling it, you know? And then another friend, I rebuilt his MT-07, and then the next thing you know, he's selling it for like $5-6 grand. I'm like, bro, why?
What are you doing?
I get it. Shit happens, you know. But
it does. It does.
I'll never sell that bike. Too much.
So, no, too much in heart invested in it, right? It's just it's part of you in your life. So let me ask you this: the future, Keith.
It came.
I know. It came yesterday. I wanted to show you, but I didn't. Bring it to Nana's. I have to take it by there and they'll fill it up. Okay.
They have two.
Yeah, well, one for me, one for
Look.
you. So
It's our dog.
we just had a dog pass away.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So I had these custom necklaces made. A Cruise Kenobi. Oh, we had these necklaces made. You put the ashes in and stuff. So they came, and he just now discovered them in the kitchen.
So I was like, let me open this up.
Yeah, I meant to show you, but all right, it's awesome. But yeah, dude, I appreciate it. He was a proper mega. Hey, Rossi, shut my door, please. Thank you.
I put the Oculus gift card in, but I don't know how to do the Fortnite.
All right. Well, when I get done,
I want to buy that Fireball.
Okay, we'll Fortnite it up, buddy. I promise.
And we're in the VR game. I can get the Fireball.
All right, cool. Dude, he's all about Fortnite and that freaking. Hey, yeah, thank you for sharing my door. Fortnite and V-Bucks and
that's good. You can bribe him for anything. Like go
dude,
mow the lawn.
I'll
give you some V-Bucks.
Yeah, dude. He done owes. He'll vacuum the house and clean the toilets and he'll do all that. Yeah, well, shoot, if you want some money, go do some chores, right? But yeah, dudes. So the future, Keith. Obviously, you want to be in Moto America.
I'm not sure. I just turned 33 years old. I've only been riding motorcycles since late 2019. I only started riding track in 21. So I think club racing is pretty much where it's going to be, and I'm okay with that. Maybe it'd be cool to just jump into a Moto America race one day, but I don't see myself competing with those guys, man. It's crazy. I mean, you got to think look at this year's grid.
I know.
Like the people that were leading last year, they're not leading anymore. The talent just keeps getting bigger or better and better and better. It's crazy watching this stuff.
It's awesome. It's awesome to be part of it, man. Listen, dude, you should do, dude. Just listen. I'm a firm believer. Dude, just do it one time in your life, right? Just do one Moto America round, one event, just to be like, I've been there, I've done it.
I guess if it's like a bucket list thing, but I mean, if you're gonna do that, then why not just waste your time and money doing the Daytona 200 or the Loudon Classic?
There you go. Do the 200.
Do one of those than
a
Moto America race.
Well, there you go. What about the TT? Let's get you over there.
I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to be a statistic. Those guys have a whole nother level of skill and balls that we don't. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're it's just the way their brain is and their balls.
It's hard to explain it. I was trying to explain it to my parents. I was like, okay, imagine MotoGP is like national football, and what we do is like college football. Like there's a huge difference between, what we do is high school football. Like we're high school footballers, and then you got Moto America that's college footballers, and then MotoGP that's national. I'm trying to explain that to my parents. Like the people I race with, some of them do Moto America races, and they're getting better and better, but it's a completely different level of riding.
It is.
You look at the gaps in even our races, in Moto America races, the splits won't be that crazy versus MotoGP, where you're dealing with milliseconds. Like the top 10 riders are all like milliseconds apart from each other. Like the consistency is just insane.
It is. Yeah. And all them guys grew up at 2 years old racing, let's just be honest, out there in Spain and Italy, they absolutely have the edge on everybody in the world when it comes to racing and that, for sure, man, for sure. So dude, listen, dude, it's awesome. I love it, dude. Yeah. I feel like,
it's just less pressure.
It is.
It's fun. I love racing. I love it, but honestly, it's just knowing that everyone there is going to be there. That's what makes it better. You're just seeing all your favorite homies, like your whole track family. Like that's what makes it better. And I feel like if I were to jump into Moto America or something like that, it's you kind of lose that freedom of no
It's more
pressure.
work.
You know what I
It's,
mean?
it's
Yeah,
more
like
of a job.
you have to take it more seriously, more
Yeah.
professionally. Whereas what we do, it's just fun. We're
It's
all
fun. Absolutely. And
the
at the end of the
environment.
day, Keith, that's why we do it. It's for fun, right?
Exactly.
Facts, 110%. Man, dude, this has been absolutely so much fun. We've been on here for over an hour, and it only seems like it's been 10 minutes. Absolutely, it has, dude. This has been an amazing time. So, listen, let's talk about Moto America this weekend, bro. We just had the
Right.
race get
I was
done.
just gonna say we've been out for an hour.
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
gonna lie. I need to know what's going on right now.
Right.
You got the race?
I have not turned it on
Let's do
my
a check-in
phone.
real quick. I got it right here.
Do a check-in. And big shout out to Bobier 1, race 2.
Always, all season, man.
Yes.
See, I'm
And
always
SDK
rooting
was
for
second.
the underdogs.
I like the underdogs too. Man, listen, I got so many friends in Moto America that, dude, I love every single one of them, and I cheer for every single one of them, and I hope they all win.
Oh no.
And that's a fact.
Bad time to check in.
Uh-oh.
Somebody went down. I can't see.
What race is racing?
I can't tell that either. It doesn't say. I just popped it open.
Huh.
I think right now is it the Steel Commander 1000?
I think, yeah, it might be because the Superbike was just getting done when me and you started the podcast. I should have the schedule in front of me, but I didn't. I left it in the other room. But yeah, dude, listen, dude, this is awesome, man. So yeah, Cam Bobier, and obviously you so we talked before on the podcast, and you watch MotoGP some, World Superbike, maybe a little
I watched
BSG or
a little bit of MotoGP. I follow Moto America more, and like I was telling you earlier, that's because I actually get to meet those people. You know, you run into them all the time, especially Florida. We're able to ride all year round, so I've met a lot of crazy riders here. I met Michael Dunlop, Yakov, Sean Dillon Kelly, Brandon Posh, just so much Juju, Tyler Scott, man. I'm at Jennings one day. There's this nice bike, a Suzuki Gixxer, sitting on a table, like in the pit. You know, we're at Jennings. You know, Jennings is a very laid back environment. So I'm looking at this bike on the pit table. I'm like, it's a bit much, isn't it? You know? And then finally people start waking up and showing up. I see the Tyler Scott come out, and I'm like, hey, man, it's a nice bike. He's like, yeah, thank you. And then he starts going out, and I start watching him because he was like ripping. And I'm like, who is that? And some kid's like, it's Tyler Scott. I'm like, who's Tyler Scott? I'm like, you know Josh Herrin? I'm like, yeah, that's the guy behind Josh Herrin. I'm like, oh, like I said, you never know who you're going to run into. I happened to pit right next to Tyler Scott at Jennings one day. I remember he came in and he's like, something happened, man. I accidentally changed the map on my bike. I don't know what happened. And I was like, well, is it better or worse? He's like, it's better. I'm like, all right, leave it.
let's go. Yeah, let's go. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I grew up in Florida, man. I would love to move back to Florida, to be honest with you.
It's got its good things and bad things, you know.
Any state does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. There's always plus and
the roads are a little crazy. If you want to ride street, it's not really the best area where I live to ride street, but if you want McDonald's, yeah, there's 20 in any direction you want.
No, good on that, bro. Nah, no fast food here, son. Absolutely not, man. So speaking of that, do you stick to a strict diet, or you just pretty much just eat whatever you want?
I eat whatever I want, man.
Let it rip.
Whatever I want. You know, I mean, I don't eat all trash. You know, I do love food. Like I really love food, so I try to eat a good meal every now and then. And I like feta, tomato, spinach, stuff like that, you know. So I'm always trying to eat good food. If there's something I haven't tried before, I have to try it. Like whatever it is, if I've never had it, then I'm going to order whatever that is. But
yeah, I like to try a bunch of stuff.
I don't really have any specific diet or plan I follow or nothing like that. Nope. Yeah. Just 3 monsters a day.
Right. This episode is sponsored by Monster. Thank you. Yeah, right. That's awesome, dude. I love it, dude. Yeah, it's so I changed my diet, dude. I used to be fat. I still am kind of a little chubby, but nothing, dude. I wore a 40 waist. I'm in a 34 now. Just to give you a good idea how much weight I lost. All by changing my diet, man.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And exercise. Don't get me wrong, doing ice bath and shit like that.
On race weekends, I'll drink a liquid ice, maybe one or two. Otherwise, nothing really special.
Like, no, and a shit ton of water. I don't drink soda
Yeah.
anyway, so that was never an issue. And I'm not a real big sweet person. Like I got to be in the mood to eat sweets and stuff. But yeah, dude. So listen, what do you think about Marc Marquez on the Ducati this year? Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah. So, like I said, I didn't really follow it, but I've seen that obviously it wasn't working out with the Honda, and he kept saying it's not working out, it's not working out, and people were like, "No, he just sucks." And I was like, "That's not it. Like, you guys just wait till he gets on the Ducati." And sure enough, it's working out a lot better.
Right? It's good.
I don't know who my favorite MotoGP rider would be. I don't really follow it that much, but I guess right now I'm rooting for Marc on the Ducati.
Yeah, well, I grew up watching MotoGP way back in the day when Mick doing 502 strokes and all them days. Oliver Jack and the 250, dude. The list goes on. Testudo Harda, man, it goes on and on and on. Been a huge fan of that. Obviously, AMA. And then it was DMG, and now it's Moto America. Obviously, World Superbike. I watch that. I watch Everybody Knows BSB. It's for free. Bennett's British Superbikes.com.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all, it's absolutely amazing. Cadwell Park's my favorite racetrack in the world, Keith. And listen,
I was showing my boss videos of that the other day. That track's insane,
bro. TV does not do this track. Literally, you show up to this track, and it is, dude. I put it to you like this: it is maybe in the shortest spot, maybe 8 feet wide, maybe. Yeah, and I might be exaggerating, right? The mountain course is the widest spot, and it might be 12 feet, 15 feet wide. That's it.
That's one of those tracks that I would be afraid to go to because I can't even do a clean lap on Ride 5, the video game. Like, how am I gonna do a clean lap at that track, man?
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, I can't neither. Speaking of which, dude, PlayStation, I play PlayStation. I got Ride 5, so we'll have to change gamer tags, and
I got Xbox, but we can
it's crossplay, ain't it?
Yeah, but I can't add you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like Avery, he has Ride 4.
Yeah,
so I could play Ride 4 with him, but he doesn't have Ride 5. Yeah. Kind of just want to send him money to buy Ride 5 one day.
Right, dude. That's one thing I've noticed. Most of my racer friends have Xboxes. There's very few that have PlayStation. So I'm gonna have to buy me an Xbox now.
I met a lot of cool people on Ride 5. There's this group. We got like 8 or 9 dudes that we all, every time one of us is on, we invite each other to the party chat and the races. And we were talking. One turned out to be a coach for Sport Bike Track Time.
Nice.
And he said he wasn't far from Little Tally. So last year he ended up coming out to Little Tally and racing with us. And I think this year he'll be at Road Atlanta with us in Barber. So that's cool, meeting people from video game and then meeting them in real life. And he podiumed that race too. I remember.
Awesome, man. Yeah, dude. So we'll figure that out after this is done. But yeah, man, listen, dude, I'm so excited to have you on. It's been an absolute honor to have you here. Before we get off here, there's some personal questions that I want to get into and ask Keith Kelly so everybody can know Keith on a personal level. And listen, you guys, this is not the only podcast you're going to hear Keith on. He's going to be back on my podcast many, many more times. This is just part one of many. But let me ask you this, Keith, just to start it off. Tell us something we don't know about you at all.
Huh. I got to think. I'm pretty open about everything, so I don't really know. Man, that's a good question. I should have thought about this because I know you were going to ask this question. I don't really know. I guess shit. Everything's pretty much out there, man.
There's got to be something, Keith, like I don't like squash or
there's not really much that people don't know. Let me think. Nah, my business is out there for everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. Open book, baby. Yeah. I love it. Just like me, I'm an open book too. You go anywhere and find it.
I should have thought about it. I'll think about it.
Think about it, come back. I'll ask you at the very end. Yeah, come back to it. So let me ask you this then. What's your worst habit?
Smoking. 100% smoking.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it's a habit I got.
Yeah. I used to smoke cigarettes. I quit when my son was born, but then vaping did that, so I still vape. I need to quit doing
Yeah, I
that
thought the
shit too,
vape
so.
would help
It
kill the
don't.
urge for smoking, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't help at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, it's man, it's hard. So let me ask you this then. If you can invite any 3 people to a track day, Keith, dead or alive, they could be road racers, car racers, movie stars, friends, whoever it is, what 3 people you bring into a track day?
Man, that would have to be man. I'm just gonna say Mesa, Posh, and Yakov.
Dude, absolute legends.
Because I know that's the most realistic thing to happen because they're always around here
There.
somewhere,
Right.
I've seen Mesa plenty of times at different track days. Posh at a few track days, and Kayla, she goes to Jennings quite a bit too. I've run into her a few times.
Yeah, it's they're all legends. I met every single one of them. It's so cool to finally meet these guys you've been watching in social media and seeing and cheering for them, and you get to meet them in real life, and they're just the coolest people you ever met in life. The vibes, the whole nine, it's just absolutely amazing. Let me ask you this, Keith. If you had your own island, what racetrack would be on your island?
Ooh, man, I want to say it'd be probably a mixture of Ricardo and Laguna.
That'd be
Mash those
sick
2
track,
tracks up
right.
a little bit, or
That'd be
maybe
awesome.
yeah, I think that's what I'd go with.
Everybody knows my answer. If you
Yeah.
know, comment down below. Cadwell Park. I mean, it'd be
Yep.
yeah. And dude, every time I try to play it on the game, dude, I just suck so much ass. Like the front section on the start, I'm decent at, but then after that, it just all goes to shit because the track's just so narrow. You have to be so precise on that track just to make a complete lap. It's anyway. You guys should try it and get back with me and let me know what lap time you did, and I'll see if I can get anywhere near it, which I probably won't, but that's how it is. Let me ask you this. Favorite movie, Keith?
I think Gladiator.
Dude,
I'm stuck
Gladiator.
between Gladiator and Armageddon. Both of those movies are great movies, man. But I think Gladiator takes it. That was a great movie. I think they're making a second one too.
They are. Yeah.
So hopefully they don't butcher it, but
let's hope, right?
so great.
That style of movie, my favorite movie would be 300, man. The Spartans, dude. That movie is absolutely. Yeah, but I'm big into like the Greek mythology and the pharaohs and the Egyptians and all that, dude. All that fascinates the shit out of me. I listen to podcasts on that shit.
My favorite show is Vikings.
Oh, bro, dude, they're coming out with a new season. Me too, bro.
Watching it.
I'll
watch it over and over.
It goes so hard. It's one of those really good series. Vikings. They're coming out with a new season, and I can't wait.
Damn, I didn't know that. Too many.
Yeah, well,
man.
No, there's a lot of good shows, right? Which is a question that I actually haven't asked everybody. What are you currently binge watching, and what do you recommend for people?
Vikings. The Boys. That's a great show.
Dude, I can't wait for season 4 of The Boys to come out. Are you kidding me? If you have not watched The Boys, listen to what me and Keith are telling you right now. Go and watch The Boys. You'll be like, holy shit. Yeah. And you can thank us later.
The Magicians. That was a good show. I remember that one had a lot of good dark humor in it, but at the same time, easy to watch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The new Fallout show is pretty crazy, but if you didn't really play the game, I don't know if you'd have much interest in it.
Yeah, see, I've never really played the game.
Yeah, when you play the game, the whole show is gotchas. It's like, oh, I remember that and that and that and that.
Right? That's awesome, man. So let me ask you this, dude. Books. Everybody knows I'm a audio book reader. I do read one book, and I am reading it. And I always got to give my man a shout out, Andy Ibbott. If you guys don't know who the legend Andy Ibbott is, go look him up. Stop right now, get off of here, go look him up. I'm telling you. But this is his new book, Performance Riding Technologies, MotoGP. It's absolutely amazing. It's basically a manual of track riding skills, and he breaks it down, and it's it's a proper mega book. So
I saw
hit them
that
up.
on your other podcast.
Yes, dude. It's absolutely amazing. So big shout out to Andy Ibbett. But other than that, dude, as far as physical reading, that's it. Audio books. I got this wrong last time. This is the current book that I am reading right now, and I highly recommend it. Just like John Hopkins Leathered and Michael Dunlop's story and John McGinnis's and Ian Hutchinson and yada yada yada. Right, but it's called The Ragged Edge. Is what it's called. It's by Stuart Baker, and it is a brutal true story.
But that's Dunlop's signature from when I ran into him at Jennings. I got his signature and I put it back on my bike and my fucking heel swiped it, but I got Dunlop's signature and a picture with him.
Bro, I'm absolute jealous, right? Dude, Dunlop's an absolute legend. All those guys are absolute legend at the TT. But listen, I'm telling you guys right here, The Ragged Edge. It's called Ragged Edge by Stuart Baker. It's absolute. But this is what I'm currently listening to. John Hopkins Leathered is really good. So, and of course, other books too as well. But that's what I'm currently listening to. Everybody knows I'm such a huge TT fan. Like the very first time, Keith, that a buddy of mine's uncle introduced it to me way back in the day, I was instantly hooked. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is absolutely insane. Are you kidding me right now? And since then I fell in love and I've been watching it. Dude, I watched it when Carl Fogarty was racing at the TT. Jim Moody, dude, again, the list goes on and on, right?
I started the Between the Hedges on YouTube.
Absolutely amazing
content there. But as far as that, the last thing I read was service manuals.
Right, the service manual. I got it, dude. That's
those are the only books I read, man. Just service manuals.
Yeah, when I got my RC51 service manual, I read it front to back. As soon as I got the bike, got the manual, I was like, yep. I'm a nerd like that. So, but yes, absolutely. But that's so podcast, Keith. I listen to some motorcycle podcasts, not as much as a lot of people think. I do listen to my man Off Track podcast right here. Big shout out to my man Dave Neal over there in the UK, all about BSB. He's got TT riders on there. It's absolutely simply amazing. Also, Chasing the Racing, one of the best motorcycle podcasts, and my boys. My people's from Australia, Moto PG, Boris Tuggs and Fredo, man. They are absolutely amazing. But other than that, there's not too many.
Out, man.
Dude, Keith,
I never know what to listen to at work when I could easily just put on a podcast instead of the same fucking Spotify songs over and over again.
Listen, you're gonna stay on with me after this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take care of all that.
Yeah,
I will, all of this. But I also listen to, as I touched on, Egyptian mythology, the Greek mythology, and
I got lost in a Joe Rogan conspiracy thing. It's all about like the ancient riverbeds that used to be out there and all this shit. And it's very interesting.
It is. So have you ever heard of the Anunnaki and the green tablets, green emerald tablets and stuff like that?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Dude, just, I like to jump down rabbit holes. Let's just be honest. Who don't from time to time? Keith just said it too. So yeah, it's man. Okay, so music. We'll just move on to music. What kind of music are you into, Keith?
I do listen to variety, but it's usually metal. That's usually my go-to.
Well, what's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
Attila. I listen to Attila at least every day. But as far as a lot of my music's old music, I prefer the albums from like 2010 and older. Like they just had so much better albums back then. Like a couple bands, they're not the same anymore, and you don't really hear the same guitar anymore as you used to. Like one of my favorites was Bring Me the Horizon. Their first album had amazing guitar solos, and they just changed their music so much that they're on tour with Fall Out Boy now, which is completely different from metal.
Yeah.
So I just, like they're all changing. So I honestly, I listen to a lot of older music. Like all my music is 2010s and older when I go through my playlist. Besides Attila, they're pretty much one of the only bands that I could listen to their new music because I don't know, I just like it. That's it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. And do you
randomly put on country, or I got all kinds of weird playlists. I got a playlist of oldies, I never know what we're gonna listen to today or any day at the shop.
That Frank Sinatra is one of my dudes I listen to a lot of. I love some Frank. Frank's my dude, man. It is. And so, do you play any musical instruments at all?
No, nope, never got into it.
Yeah. I always want to learn how to play a guitar. I got a buddy that can just, dude, any song you think of, he's just like, and I'm like, bro,
I had a friend like that.
Like, I get jealous. It's badass.
Oh, damn.
Let me ask you this, dude. Favorite comedian?
Fuck, man. I want to say Mike Epps.
Mike
Epps is just one funny dude, bro. Any situation, Mike Epps, he's a funny dude. He's
awesome, man. So, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Never seen Star Trek, but I've seen some of the Star Wars, the original 3, the first 3. I've seen those.
Okay, are you more of a DC or Marvel guy?
I honestly don't know. I don't know who's who anymore, man. Like, if I had to pick a favorite superhero,
yeah. Let me ask you this, kid. What superhero would you be?
Oh man, I thought about this a million times, but even then, I can't choose. Like, if I were to choose like some kind of ability, it'd be what that dude from the movie Jumper had, you know. So I guess kind of similar to like Nightcrawler from X-Men. Yeah. I don't know if he's Marvel or DC, but that's pretty cool ability. Just be able to fucking teleport wherever you want. Yeah, I think that's what I'd go with.
It's Marvel. Teleportation would be cool as shit, wouldn't it?
I mean, Wolverine Indestructible is kind of cool too, but
yeah, it is. Absolutely. Yeah. Did he die in the last movie?
I stopped watching them.
Yeah, dude, we get so far fetched. It's like, dude, let's be honest. The Fast and the Furious, the very first Fast and the Furious, was hands down the best movie they ever made.
After that, Tokyo Drift, I stopped watching those. Yeah, I mean, I saw them, but at least X-Men, they kept the same dude. Unlike Batman, where there's like fucking 20 different Batmen. X-Men, it's still the same dude the whole series.
Right, pretty much. So yeah, let me ask you this, dude. Wolverine, yes. Celebrity crush, Keith.
Man, I don't know. I should have thought about these questions first. It used to be Beyonce, but I don't think so anymore. I think I'd go with Mila Kunis.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
I think that's what I'd choose.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with that. So, growing up, was you into any other sports like soccer, football, basketball?
I played soccer for a little bit because my homies I used to skate with stopped skating after work for soccer or after school for soccer practice. So I played soccer for a little bit with my skating buddies, but then I got bored with that. But no, I was always like, I'm pretty sure after school, most of the time I'd just stay in town. I'd be skating or biking or something like that. I'd have to call my parents and be like, "Hey, can you come pick me up?" And I'd be like, "Where are you?" I'd be like, "Mechanicville." It's 45 minutes away. How'd you get there? Like, rode my bike.
Yeah, right. Dude, same way. I stayed on my bike outside. I was an outside kid, big time. Didn't really stay inside. And I remember my dad bought us the first Nintendo. And I played when I first got it. Yeah, of course, I played the shit out of it because
I did play a lot of video games too. Like on the weekends, if I wasn't out, then I was playing video games down in the basement. But my parents, they helped us out a lot. Like BMX and skating, they'd bring me to the local parks and stuff. We went all the way up to New Hampshire to Rye Airfield, which is a pretty big skate park. They brought us there a few times, so they definitely helped be a part of it, which makes me regret not getting into bikes earlier because they definitely would have bought me a fucking dirt bike if I asked for it when I was 16, 17 years old.
Right?
Missed opportunities.
Hey, man, you live and you learn, and we are where we are for a reason. It's just meant to be the way it is, right? So it's, so we're here and we're living it, and it's awesome, man. It's absolutely. So let me ask you this. If you can give your younger self any advice, what advice would that be?
Get a bike, buy a bike.
Facts, right? What are you doing?
You even start with a dirt bike because that'll lead to the other bike, but
100%.
I should have got a bike. That and I should have went to trade school, where I grew up. We were a small town, and there's a stigma about trade schools where it's more for people that can't get kicked out of class or burnouts and shit like that. So we always looked at our trade schools kind of in that way. We had BOCES, I think down here it's Marchman, but I just viewed it differently. Now that I think about it, like, man, I could have spent 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade in a trade school learning automotive instead of in high school learning fucking Spanish.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense learning Spanish in Florida, but in upstate New York, why are we learning Spanish?
Yeah. That's something that I wish I'd have paid more attention to is foreign languages. I can speak a little bit of Spanish, enough to order in a restaurant and have a little bit of a conversation, but I understand it when they talk it because I had so many people that I worked with that is Spanish and they talk shit all the time. So I did my Google Translate, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, I know what you're saying, goddamn it, right? Like,
Yeah,
I started speaking that shit. I'm like, yeah.
I got some homies on Ride 5 I'll be playing with, and they'll just switch it up halfway through and start speaking Spanish. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. Sorry. We'll go back to English.
That's hilarious, dude. So let me ask you this, Keith. Where do you see yourself 5 years?
Man, I see myself in the same exact position, but in a much better shop than this, with a showroom floor, plenty of bikes to sell, and hopefully expert by then. You know, I'm still not ready for expert yet. You know, those guys, they got 5-10 seconds on me, but
you'll be there, man. All track time, all training. You know, to be bike fit, you gotta stay on a bike. The more you ride, the more comfortable, the faster you go. Iron sharpens iron, you know, all that good stuff. You got it, Keith. You absolutely got this. You'll be there, 110%. Let me ask.
It's possible. If I hopped on a 600 and I did nothing but grande courses and uprace 1000s, no one would be able to touch me because of the way the point system works. You know what I mean? Like, if I wanted it, I could get it. I'm just not ready yet. You know, just gonna hang out where I'm at.
You'll know when the time's right. You will. You'll be like, now it's go time. Yep, absolutely. Let me ask you this, dude. I ask everybody this: who's the most famous person's phone number in your phone?
Man, I don't know. I don't think I have any famous people in my phone.
No? Nobody? You didn't get Michael Dunlop's?
Nope. Didn't get Dunlop's number.
You didn't get Posh or anybody?
Nope.
We'll have to change that.
Somehow.
We'll have to change that. Okay, well, let me ask you this. What is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal. Man, I don't even know that one either. Probably like a fucking squirrel, because I can't sit down. I can't sit still. I'm just always on the move, you know?
Well,
if there's something going on, there's so much excitement. I'm all over the place. That's how I am on race weekends, man. Instead of sitting in my pit getting ready, I'm just running around the whole pits, like saying hi to everybody, like, hey, what are you doing? How's your day going? You know?
Look, Henry said you're definitely a mongoose.
Mongoose, yeah, okay.
That's hilarious. I love it, dude. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, so man, bro, this has been an absolute proper mega time. But before we get off here, dude, what is your worst habit, bro? I mean, tell us something. Your worst habit, or tell us something you didn't know about you. I can't remember.
Something you didn't know about.
Yes, something we don't know about you.
Man, I didn't even think about that the whole time. As many people, they don't know, I've been in the foster care system from 2nd grade all the way to junior year of high school before our foster parents adopted us. And that was definitely a big point in my life, you know, because they definitely support me, especially today, man. They help me out a lot. But I guess that's something many people don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's truly amazing. I never, how do I want to say this? I never met the nutsack that I come from. Never in my whole life. Never met the guy, right? I don't like to use the word dad or father or anything like that because he's not.
Your sperm donor.
Right. But man, I've been blessed with the dad that I had. I got adopted when I was 4. Nobody. This is my first time admitting this. Nobody knows this about me too. So there you go. One thing you guys don't know about Chris the Show Simcoe. You just heard it. yeah, it's absolutely the best guy in the world. But yeah, dude, listen, Keith, this has been absolutely an amazing time. I had so much fun doing this. You guys stay tuned because part 2 will be out. This episode will be up on Spotify. Man, I'm everywhere but Apple. The only reason why I'm not on Apple is because my computer's too old. It won't do the new software update that'll allow me to push it out to Apple, even though I've been already accepted by Apple. Dude, it's weird. Apple's weird. Let's just be honest. But yeah, it'll be out everywhere.
Hold on. The final lap.
Oh.
A couple more corners left.
Uh-oh.
I know you're going to miss it.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Coming up on the last corner.
Fucking Sculpey's going to do it again.
Again, dude.
Bro.
Again.
Dude, and like honestly, Keith, dude, I honestly thought that he was gonna fucking struggle, dude. Congratulations to Matty Scults, bro. Absolutely, dude. Proper mega. And honestly, everybody, I thought at the beginning of the year when I found out he was going to 600, I was like, man, this is. I personally thought he was going to struggle just because of all the years he's been on a super bike. Going from that to 600, the riding style changed, the way he approached corners, brake, and all that, which. Everybody's heard Matty Scult's been talking about it, but obviously he has figured it out. Dude, so congratulations.
Kayla Yakov, man, she's doing great this year. She's at least in the top 15 a majority of the time, considering she was not racing with those people last year, like.
Kayla's a monster. I mean, that's what it is. Just straight You know who else is a monster? And I've been telling everybody, Ella Dreyer, AV sister.
Yep.
Listen, I've been telling everybody. Before. Yes, me too.
They are going to be the first brother-sister champions.
Yep.
In Moto America. You watch.
Listen, Ella is a absolute monster. She is so awesome. I'm so honored to be part of the friendship, right? And knowing them and having them on the podcast. And every time I see them, it's conversations, it's hugs, it's But I've been telling everybody, just like Keith just got this, and I'm saying it again, dude, you guys are in trouble because Ella's coming. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Ella is coming. Now, she's not coming, she's here. But you just wait till she figures it out. And when she does, it's going to be a mic drop. I told you so. So, yeah, it's a straight beast. But listen, big shout out to all my friends raced in Moto America today, this whole weekend. All my friends in BSB that raced. You guys already know I was cheering for each and every one of you, and I am proud of each and every one of you, even though you might not have gotten the results you were looking for. And even if you did get the result you was looking for, nothing but love and proper vibes to all you guys. Dude, I'm so proud of every single one of you guys and my man Keith too right here. But before we get off here, there's a bunch of shout outs I got to do, but I'm going to let Keith do all his proper shout outs, how you can follow Keith on social media. We need to get Keith a proper club. We need a club, Keith Kelly, not Jiggy Dog
team. I got some work to do, man. So
okay, I know. I'm just trying to help you out.
I started the team just because we were all homies hanging out together. It's me, my buddy John, and my buddy Pierre. But now that we're actually I think we're second or third in the championship as far as team standing. So we're gonna have to take it up a notch. Maybe have to start a little website or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, facts. Well, just get your club.
Yeah, as far as shout outs, definitely I want to thank Rob and Tasha at Bison. They are my first and most important sponsor, followed by Eric Komrowski at MWC. He helps me out a lot. He also helped push me into racing. I was doing track days, and he had his private track days where they were helping you get better and better on the track, and I got dragged out to those, and he basically helped me a lot with tires. He got me signed on to Conti, and anytime I need help with tires, he's there at any single event. I could reach out to him anytime. Big shout out to him. Of course, my boss, Ryan and Alicia Webb, for letting me do all my bullshit here at the shop. I got both my bikes on these lifts here when we got all these other bikes, but still, when I got shit to do, I got to get my shit done,
That's it. Love it, man.
They let me take off time for races. They never question it. It's like, hey, I got to go for this day. I got to go to this. Even if it's just seat time, they never question it. They're just like, all right, that's fine. Go do what you got to do, keep my bikes running. Saved me a lot of money on that rebuild. That would have been crazy expensive without them.
Facts.
I'm sure there's plenty of other people I'm forgetting, I'm thankful for everyone that supports me and helps me out.
I love it, dude. Me too. I'm in the same boat, man. It's like, dude, it's such an honor, and I get so much love, and I give all the love back, and I love all you guys. It's just, yeah, dude, it's been just a proper mega ride. It really has, dude. So, yes, before we get off here, just like my man Keith said, huge shout out to Bison. Again, if you're in the industry, don't do it off the rack. Come to Bison, custom suit, any design you want, any colors, you could, whatever. The sky's the limit. Truly amazing people.
Bring it to life, man.
Dude, for real.
Bring it to life.
It's dude, they are absolutely and you can go there. Use Pendergast 2024. You can get 10% off all that stuff. I got, dude, again, big shout out to my man Tate at 64 Degree Racing. Listen, custom undersuits. Go look them up. Big shout out. Simply amazing. Out of all the undersuits that I currently own right now, I do not have my Bison undersuit yet. I don't have my leather suit or my gloves or my chest protector. It's all being made, right? But as of right now, out of my Alpine Stars, my RS Tachi, my Under Armour, out of all that, dude, this 64 Degree Racing XC, it's the XC1 is, dude, far superior than my Alpine Star, than my RS Tachi suit. Just my personal opinion. I've tried them, true and tested. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to my man Martin from the Clothing Kings. If you guys, all my mates out there in the UK, or anybody here that wants to, you can go to clothingkings.co.uk and order any of your Pendergast merch. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to my man Jake Marsh that raced this weekend. He races in BSB in the GP2 class on a Triumph 675. He's an upcoming proper mega legend, dude. He'll be coming on the podcast soon. You guys listen, Club 45, go show nothing but all love and support to him and the whole R&D racing team. They are just proper mega mates, and they're just, dude, truly amazing people. Big shout out. And again, congratulations to Juju, bro. Juju Carrillo.
Yeah, Juju's killing it overseas, man.
Murdering it, dude.
Insane.
Dude, Juju is the man. Big shout out to Michael Carrera at SFL Mini GP. If anybody,
I got jumped on his what the Club Juju, what's it called?
Yep, Club 40.
Club 40. Yeah, I gotta jump in on that, man.
Yep. Listen, I'm a supporter. I pay the monthly fee. Dude, I believe in all my friends that race. I believe in Keith. I believe in Avery. I believe in Ella. I believe in Isaac Woodworth. Dude, there's so many friends. Max Van. Dude, Tyler Scott, let's go, right? I believe in every single one of you guys. And like I say this to everybody, I'd rather buy your t-shirt than a Mark Marquez shirt or a Pedro Acosta shirt, because I'm emotionally attached to you guys, and you guys are my friends, and I would love.
You gotta support your homies.
Dude, gotta support my homies. Forget them. They made it and got that right. Avery, there it is, dude.
I should be wearing my own shirt or my own suit.
Right?
Today's Avery's day.
Back. So again, congratulations to Avery, the lap slayer Dreyer. I got a little ahead of myself. Dude, first win in the Twins Cup. Dude,
you saw that pass? You watched the race? Bro. Oh my God, I missed it. So I had to rewatch it the next day, but I'm sitting there. I watched this race at like 12. It was well after midnight when I'm sitting in the garage watching the race, and I'm like, Jesus, man. It was lap 1 or 2. It was lap 2, right? Lap 2 or lap. Either way, early on the race, he just made that move, fucking swung around all of them. Like, hell yeah, man.
Dude, yeah, he's absolutely big shout out to him. It's so if you guys didn't catch, dude, go to Moto America. You can go to Moto America Plus Live. You can download the app. You can catch all the reruns on there, and I'm sure you can catch them on YouTube too, but it's usually like a day or two before they release them, if I'm not mistaken. BSB races this weekend again. Big shout out to Jason O'Hollering on your win, bro. It was absolutely emotional, proper mega. Again, to all my friends out there racing in PSB, I'm proud of every single one of you guys. You murdered it this weekend. If any one of you guys want to watch it, BSB, Bennett's British Superbikes.com. Enjoy the show. Absolutely. But this has been absolutely amazing. I'm sorry if I forgot any shout outs. I'm like Keith, man. There's so many people.
Okay, I forgot them all too.
Dude, seriously. Just know this, and I say it all the time. It's an absolute honor. I love every single one of you guys that watches the podcast, that subscribes to the podcast, that just sends me messages all the time full of love. And again, real quick, I have not said this. Thank each and one of you guys for my birthday wishes yesterday, man. I was literally on the phone. Appreciate it, Keith. Thank you so much. Dude, I'm on the phone going through, dude, it was, listen, you guys made my day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you guys and girls. It was I was overwhelmed with the love and support and the messages I got, put it to you that way. And you definitely made this man's day and smile for sure. So thank you guys so much. And if you have not yet, please go follow my man Keith Kelly on all his social media. And if you have not yet, go out and like and subscribe to Pin the Gas Podcast, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, all that good stuff. It helps me out a lot. I'm just like Keith and everybody else. I don't get paid to do this. I pay to do it, and I love it. And it's an absolute honor. But again, go follow Keith Kelly, absolute legend. And no, he is not JD Beach. He is Keith Kelly. So when you see him, it's Keith Kelly, not JD Beach. So, dude, so let me ask you this, Keith. I met JD several times. Are you guys the same height? Are you taller than him?
Taller.
Okay.
Taller. I have a couple pictures of us together, but a little bit taller.
I've seen them. But you guys do resemble. I can see where a lot of people would say that, right? For sure. So, yeah, absolutely, dude. I bet you do. But thank you guys so much for watching. And, yeah, enjoy it. Just stay tuned because I got like 6 or 7 podcasts coming up in a row starting on Monday. So, yeah.
This is just the first of many.
This is so the first. About. Dude, it is. It is. And you guys stay. Part 2 with Keith will be coming up, but until then, you guys are, as my man Jules says, and I ain't said this in a long time. My Jules always calls me Chris the whole effing show Simcoe. So yeah, there it is, right? And then my man Keith Kelly, the absolute legend. If you're out there at the races in Florida, go by, say hi to him, and
or
help him out.
If you're a racer, Pan Am has a great new racer initiative program. Now you have to be referred. So if you show up to a Pan Am race and say Keith Kelly referred you to race with us, you get a free sprint race, and I think they waive your race license fee for that one day. But if you show up as a new racer, not referred by another racer, I don't think you get that same thing. But if you see, you can go to the Pan Am website, check out the schedule. If there's a track that you want to race at, come on and hop in, man.
That's it. Let's get it. Let's do it. And thank you so much to Alicia Webb and Ryan. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support for Keith and letting him realize his dream and give him the time off. And my
parents too. They helped me.
And your parents. Yes, absolutely. Big shout out to Keith's parents.
They're and Ryan. My credit card right now.
Right, dude. Thank you. Right. That's awesome. Amazing. So big shout out to them. And Ryan said Keith is the heart of our shop, dude, which again, nothing but love, man. Absolutely. It just shows how much they care and they believe in you and they back you. And that's an absolute beautiful thing. It really is. So, but listen, me and Keith are gonna stay on and chat for a few minutes before I go and go wrestle my son and kick his ass in some Fortnite. And but listen, guys, just stay tuned. Big podcast coming up. See ya, dude. That was so